Welcome in, ladies and gentlemen. It's York Chats with the Stash. Joining me today is the one and only Carrie Remmers from the Anna Palmer Museum. Good morning, afternoon. What is it?
That's a great
Afternoon?
question. Depends on when you decide to air this, I guess. Or when they are listening to it at home.
When you listen to this.
Yeah.
Good, as Red and Link would say, good mythical morning.
Yeah, good day.
Good day.
Good
Perfect.
day.
Perfect. Carrie joins us today because Yorkfest is coming up.
Yeah.
It's the talk of the town.
It is. It's quite, I love the Friends promo. I'm such a Friends nerd. And just to see the familiar faces in the Friends promo, I was just like, oh my gosh, I know these people. This is so clever. I love it so much. And I shared it on my own personal Facebook, and the museum's Facebook, and I was just so excited. So we're thrilled to be a part of it.
Gene was in it, and
Yes.
he had to borrow one of my shirts. His like white sweater
Where he gets
thing.
like doused in
Yes.
the water? Okay,
that was
sure.
my shirt.
Oh,
Let it be known.
claim to fame.
That's
claim
right.
to fame. There you go.
So with Yorkfest coming up, obviously people are getting excited. What is the Anna Palmer Museum doing for Yorkfest?
Right. Okay. So we are just about to reopen with our History of York County display, and that will be the first official day for people to tour. We're going to be open after the parade, so from 12 to 4, and people come and check out our new History of York County display. You can walk through in your own time. We can give you a guided tour, whatever your preference is. We're just really excited to have the opportunity to be open for that and to show off the really cool collection of York County items.
And so I've heard rumblings that the counter is back. What is this?
Okay, so I swear
I'm very new to York.
I've had
I don't
so
know.
many people ask me about this bank counter since I took over, and I mean, it was to the point where there were 4 people asking in a single week. So for those of you, because of the demand, backed by popular demand, we have this bank counter from the Blue Valley Bank in McCool, and we were able to put that back up in our McCool section of the History of York County display. So if you are one of the people that asked me about it, please come and see it. We took the time
In all
to
of
move
its
it
glory.
over. Yeah, we had to move it over from our airport hangar. It was a whole thing. It took several people. So please come and see it. It's really, really cool, actually. Very unique counter and stuff like that. And so actually, if you do take the tour, kind of what to expect then.
Yeah.
So I was really excited that this worked out, but we laid out the display like a map of York County.
Really?
So each little town, regardless if it's a ghost town like Charleston or, the town like York, has its own section laid out approximately where it is on the map of York County. So, you've got like your Henderson, Lushton, Charleston kind of stuff. And then you've got York in the middle, and then we've got like Thayer and Gresham and stuff sort of northeast and stuff like that. So we're really excited to feature, there's 10, 20 items from each of the little small towns, which we're really excited about. The bank counter, of course, is the highlight from McCool.
Yeah.
We're just very excited about that. But really, we wanted to focus on things that made York County unique and maybe things that you didn't know about already. Like Arborville has a section. Did you know that there's a guy from Arborville that got second in the Indy 500?
What?
In 1924. Yeah. Okay, so, and this is really depressing too. He had run it a few times. He was actually in the lead, and he was going to win, and then he got a low tire.
No.
And he had to pull off, and he was like, no. And then he went and repassed the guy, gets back in the lead. Another low tire. I don't know if it's the same one. But like, he said in an interview he felt like cursed there or something like that. I was like, oh, yeah. That sounds about right.
Wow.
So Earl Cooper, Arborville, you got that, Other stuff that makes us kind of unique, Charleston. So there's this guy named Dave Erb. He actually won the Kentucky Derby in 1956, which was a really big deal.
As a horse owner or
as
jockey?
A jockey.
As a jockey.
As a jockey. He rode in it, yeah. And he actually almost got the Triple Crown. Again, cursed, right? Okay. Wins the Kentucky Derby, 1956. Wins the Belmont Stakes. Gets second at the Preakness.
Man.
Seriously? I feel bad for him.
Wow.
York section, so I'm really excited about this, but we've got a whole area on baseball. And we have a guy in the Nebraska State Hall of Fame for baseball, Bob Schneider. So it said that, the Levitt Field location.
Yeah.
He said that he is one of 2 people that was able to hit it over the park and into York College campus. Like that, he was the power hitter. We have his York Braves uniforms. We have his bat. Just all sorts of really cool baseball, unique stuff to York and York University and the York Braves and the Legion Ball and stuff like that, which is really exciting. And there's even items in the Waco area as well on youth league baseball. Because there was this guy named Ellison who's actually the one that brought baseball into York County in the first place. And so we have a lot of stuff linked to his family, and there's a trophy and a stenciled T-shirt that says Waco on it. It's just really, really cool. We're very excited to promote things that you don't know that you should know about York County. So Kentucky Derby, Indy 500, Thayer, a guy from Thayer invented Hidden Valley Ranch. Which is, I know, like what?
I thought Nebraska was only famous for Dorothy Lynch. Hidden Valley Ranch as well. Valley Ranch.
So he was from Thayer. Now, he didn't live in Thayer forever, but we're still claiming him, right?
Absolutely.
We're claiming alumni, right?
He probably came up with the idea for it in Thayer.
It's definitely a possibility, but supposedly he had like a dude ranch in California. I don't know if you know what a dude ranch. It's basically like a ranch for city slickers to come and stay and act out like they're ranchers or something.
There was a whole reality show on CMT where city people would get voted off.
The city slickers and the boots and the hats that's exactly what this is. Come live out your ranching fantasies. And so he had a restaurant there where he would make his homemade salad dressing, and people would come for the salad dressing, and then it became I can ship to you, and then it became a whole company on its own, and then he actually sold it for $8 million.
little bit low for what it's worth
nowadays.
now.
I think this was in like the 70s or the 80s, and so
huge amounts of money.
Huge now. That's but what it's turned into, So that was really exciting. I'm trying to think of what else. Really, there's homestead items. So we have like potato mashers and ox. The
yolks
stuff that goes, the oxen yolks, and we have this scythe, like the Grim Reaper, stuff like that from when they would cut the grass and stuff with it and everything like that. My favorite part of the whole display, and I just get really, really excited about things, and I'm glad to be supported and surrounded by people who are really, really excited about things. Eric Eckert is our city IT guy, but he's also a fabulous photographer. We have these really old photos of the town square. And what we did was we had them printed, North Printing, thank you, shout out to North Printing.
There you go.
Enlarge them for us. And then we walked around town and stood approximately where this person stood to take the photo, and we retook it, and we have them side by side. And you can see,
so cool.
North side, you can see, the structures of the buildings are the same, west and east, a little bit different, but mostly the same. South is completely different because there was a fire that decimated the whole south area. But we went through and actually went and redid all those photos. And so that's my favorite part of the display. But again, just really cool stuff. We're trying to feature stuff that you don't know that you should know. Did you know that York was the egg capital of the world?
What?
Yeah.
What?
It was a big thing in the 40s and the 50s. We did a lot of storing and shipping of eggs. There was like hatcheries and
big egg town. When people talk about big egg, York was big egg.
That's what people jump to. Obviously, not the water tower or anything like that, but eggs. It is. What
How do you paint the water tower egg shaped or egg colored?
You
could. You could.
You'd have to have like the right amount of shading.
Absolutely, but it'd be tough, and it'd only work from one direction.
That wouldn't work out as well so much. You need like a special shaped water tower.
Absolutely.
Just really interesting stuff. We're thrilled to host stuff. We have a giant section on the fire department. Actually, in 1887, we were the world champion for this hook and ladder competition. Like world champion, not like state champion. So world champion, best time in the whole world that year. And there's a really cool firefighter uniform, and I can go on and on and on about this split. You should probably cut me off at some point here, but
listen, it sounds
exciting.
really, really cool, and it sounds like a lot of love and care has really gone into this to bring to light to people things that in York County, like when we kind of think about York County now, not to put it down, anything like
Yeah.
that. But York County is people wouldn't assume York County to be this exciting place that has this rich history.
Yeah.
And clearly there is tons of it to be seen.
Small town USA, you know,
Yeah.
we kind of get written off.
And also the fact that it's not just York. You know, a lot of times when people say York County, they just mean York, the town.
Yep.
And so for stuff to be from Waco, Thayer, all of these different places, like, that's really cool.
Yeah, we were really excited. We actually, at one point, we were like, my gosh, we got to cut this down to just York City because we're running out of space. We were like, no,
We can't
cut
do that.
First draft, take that back downstairs. No, we got to keep this up. So, no. And then at the very end, we have sort of a famous families, is what we're calling it, section where we have stuff on, like, the Nobes, the Levitts, Spurlocks, McLeod, Parks, Niblo, all that stuff. We've got, oh my gosh, I don't know what it is about people donating wedding dresses to the museum. I feel like I'm just a haven for them. And we've got like 10 wedding dresses up on display this time around and really cool 3-piece suits to go with them. And I had to order all new mannequins.
It's funny that you mention that because when I grew up in Holdridge and they have the Phelps County Memorial. They have a big museum there.
Okay, sure.
I can't remember what exactly it's called, but they have like an entire second story that is devoted to wedding dresses through the years. What is the deal with that? I mean, it's very interesting.
Well,
don't get me wrong.
I think it's just the guilt. You can't.
You can't throw that out.
You can't throw it away.
No.
I can't throw away my mother's wedding dress.
That doesn't
Let's
end up going to
donate
Goodwill.
It to the
like,
museum.
Yeah.
You know,
we can't put that.
if it's you know linked to the I fortunately don't have to make that decision with my own mother's wedding dress. So fun story about that. We had water damage at the house, destroyed the wedding dress. Mom was super sad.
Yeah.
So we live on a farm and we have this old silo as a giant burn barrel, right? Threw it in the trash, threw it in the silo, walked away. She was so sad. My brother waited till she left, went out there with a fishing pole, literally fished the bag out of this, like, it's like a 20-foot drop, right? And fished it out and found it and took it to this lady. We're from Geneva originally, and she turned it into a dress for a doll and a bunch of Christmas ornaments, and that was her Christmas present that year. And I just remember her just bursting into tears because she was so excited to see
You love it.
the pieces of it had survived. So luckily, I don't have that problem
Absolutely.
to deal with. But a
You
lot
know
of
what
people
you've just done?
just don't know what to do. New idea.
New idea.
Don't donate your wedding dress. Turn them into a doll dress and give them to your granddaughter. Like, that's going on with it. This is a horrible thing for a curator to say. But I will say, I have like 30 of them already. And it's like, we could do it maybe for like spring fashion show or like
Sure.
a Christmas and just put them all up. I am not joking when I say 30 wedding dresses.
That's
we have
so many.
like 30 wedding dresses. I don't know what to do with them all. So we're like, let's put them up. Okay, so Charleston's got one. Gresham's got one. Thayer's got one. York's got two.
Wedding dresses through the ages, and through the
We
ages
totally
is
could.
not that long, probably.
No.
Like the wedding dresses weren't like a thing really until
Not always white. The ones that we have from the 1800s are like maroon and like
that's wild.
that's green
crazy.
and stuff. So really cool. I got a brown one too. So
I'm starting to think that we need to do a wedding dress.
We
thing.
might
I think
need to
we're gonna
do
have
just
to.
a fashion
But you
one,
know what?
maybe.
That's gonna happen. People are then gonna donate more wedding
That
dresses.
that is not the goal. I'll have to put up a special sign as you enter. Like, this is great for us to do, but you know, maybe make a doll out. I'm a horrible curator. You should not. This is not good for donations at all. But I am overrun by wedding dress. If they are linked to York County, I am all about them. But man, I
Absolutely.
get calls from all over the place. Hey, you know, take this wedding dress. I'm like,
you're like,
were they born in York? Did they get married in York? No. Sorry.
Thanks, but no, thanks.
Yes. Another Friends reference there. Thanks, but no.
Fantastic. So
Anyway.
Yorkfest, you're going to be able to see this
Yorkfest,
for the
come
first
and
time.
see these wedding dresses and the
Come and
bank
see 'em.
counter. just watch just for the wedding dresses and the bank counter, just to give me peace of mind that it was worth digging them all out. And they're on the top shelf, and they're in these archival boxes because we were lucky enough to get a grant, and so everything's in archival boxes now. We're reboxing everything, and so then you got to go and you got to do the awkward carry it, pull it from the box, and carry it on top of your head, and not fall over and trip over everything. So please make it worth sorting through those.
Carrie worked really hard on this.
I did. Not just me. I have fabulous volunteers. Sue and Brent, huge shout out to Sue and Brent that have been there almost every day. The past couple of weeks, my sister Cindy came down from Lincoln and she helped us out as well. And,
Incredible.
And, we've had a lot of fun. I've got a board president, Mary, now that she's our newest volunteer. She's in as well. And so it's been a lot of fun getting to know the collection through this reboxing project.
Sounds like it's been a labor of love this whole time.
It is, absolutely. Yeah. We're having fun. And, a lot of stuff you're just like, wait, what? Like, we have keys to the first ever building built in Nebraska.
Whoa.
My favorite is they are actually a museum in themselves. Why do I have your keys? I'm not giving them back. They're ours. But, why do I have your keys? We have, there was these inmates that broke out of the Nebraska State Pen, and we have the tools that they used to break out of the pen.
Whoa.
Yeah, they successfully broke out. Now, they caught them down the line, but we have the tool. It's just a really interesting collection of how did this end up here?
I'm
going to do my best to show. The goal is to rotate through each collection of items, and so that we were able to show every single item that we have in the collection, no matter how small. That's my goal. Even if it's just, a tiny little certificate up to this bank counter.
Right.
So the goal is to get all the way through it. And I think we've been successful really far. We started off with the military, and that was really, really popular. We did our art exhibit, and that actually, it was just like a 180 because military and art are so different.
They are.
And it was just different, not only a different collection, but also a different group of people that would come in, too, which was really interesting. And so we're just hoping that this is of interest of everybody that lives in York County, because, again, there's a lot of stuff that you don't know that you should know. And so really, really interesting stuff, and really glad to be a part of not only people's education of York County, but also the entertainment portion of it as well. We hope that you have fun and that you learn something.
Absolutely. So first chance to see this is at Yorkfest after the parade, noon to 4 on Saturday.
On Saturday. So after you're done with the parade, walk over to the museum. We're at 520 North Grant Avenue. Look for the building with the giant mural on the north side, and come and take a tour. And tell us what you think. We'd love to hear what you think.
Sounds like it's going to be an absolute blast. Be sure to follow the Facebook page as well.
Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. It's all under Anna Bemis Palmer Museum. I will be uploading a video probably here soon based on when we're going to open, as well as upcoming program ideas and stuff like that. Some program possibilities. We're in talks with the Sun Theater to host a showing of one of the Fred Niblo movies. He was the co-founder of the Academy of Arts and Sciences, so we thought about doing either Ben-Hur or Three Musketeers. We're talking about doing a program on the mural on the north side of the building because it's very York historic, and we have the painter and the creator involved in that, which we're really excited about.
Very nice.
Other programs are basically, we're talking about reaching out to town historians and doing a panel. So, you can get the town historian of Henderson and Thayer and Gresham and everybody involved, and then do a Q&A sort of portion, which we're excited about too. And one thing that we're really into right now, into the works of developing, is a short film of sorts. We're going to go to the nursing homes here in town and work with the more residents, specifically from York County, and talk about their memories of growing up here in town and sort of get that on recorded archival sort of thing. But then turning it into a short film that we can use on our social media and to promote the website and the display, and also give them a platform to tell their stories that maybe,
That's
don't
incredible.
Otherwise have that opportunity. So
that's very cool.
So we're really excited about that. So we'll work with the nursing homes here in town, and probably some surrounding nursing homes, depending on where people ended up, people move and stuff. And
Yeah.
So that's the goal so far. We're really excited though, and just some really cool stuff that you didn't think about when you think about York County. So
Absolutely.
come
Go
and take a
check it
tour.
out.
Yeah.
Go check it out
Yes.
Saturday. And then how long will this be available?
We are actually up until the end of February for this display.
Nice.
And we are open Tuesdays through Fridays from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. We will have some occasional programming on the weekends and in the evenings, but of course we'll let you know far in advance on that on our social media or our website, which is palmermuseum.com.
Perfect. Carrie, thanks so much for coming in.
Thanks for having me. Really appreciate it.